Hi, welcome to UC's College of Engineering and Applied Science conversation with graduate student alumni. I'm Amanda McLaughlin. I'm the Director of Career Development for the graduate engineering students. And this conversation, we have three purposes. One is to celebrate our alumni, who you'll hear from in a moment. Two, we want to allow our prospective students to hear from the real humans who have come before them. And three, we want our current students to learn because they're in the heat of it right now and they're making decisions about what direction they're going to go with their degree and their career. So, Sid Tatham, I'll let you take it from here.
Sweet. Thank you, Amanda. Hey, everyone. My name is Sid. I was a past graduate student at CEAS. I now work at UC, the University of Cincinnati, as an energy engineer. And on this call, we have a past PhD student who graduated in 2015 with a degree in mechanical engineering. Also, a past international student, Mohammad Rizvani, I'm sorry. Um, how are you, Mohammed? How's your day been so far?
Oh, great. I would like to say hello to everybody. It's a great day, and thank you for inviting me for this interview.
The pleasure's us. The pleasure's ours. Thank you for making time to talk to us, and I'm sure that having been through the PhD program, you would have a few things to share that not a lot of folks would have considered, especially the current PhD students. I'm sure your inputs are going to be really valuable. So thank you so much for making time. So I guess we'll jump straight into it. And as I mentioned, you were a PhD student and you were an international student that spent time at UC, spent time in CES. Why did you choose to go to UC specifically?
Okay, actually, when I wanted to apply for PhD program, I was looking for a mechanical degree, but in some specific discipline, which was mostly on maintenance and prognostics. And University of Cincinnati was one of the few universities that had a PhD program specifically for these types of discipline in mechanical engineering.
Hmm.
And I was so happy that I joined UC because the lab was like multidisciplinary programs. It's like a combination of mechanical engineering, industrial, electrical, and computer science in that one. So that was my main motivations to apply for UC.
Sweet. So more for the program before everything else. I'm curious to know, did you have friends that used to go to UC when you were applying, when you were looking at UC?
No, I didn't know
Hmm.
anybody in that one, but I know that the advisor that I choose
Hmm.
from my master degree when I was in Sweden, um, I know him because he came and visited there and just teach it there for a few courses. So I know him, and because of him, I applied for University of Cincinnati.
Sweet, sweet, small world. And as I mentioned in the beginning of our chat, you were an international student. You're an international in the US. Could you please tell us where you're from, exactly your hometown that is, and what's the one thing that all of us should know about your hometown?
Sure. I'm from Iran. I did my bachelor in Iran, and also I did my master in Sweden. It was like a joint master program between
Hmm.
university in
Oh,
Iran
sweet.
and university in Sweden. Uh, I'm from Isfahan, which is like the third biggest city in Iran. It was like the capital of Persian Empire for like 500 years
Mm.
ago. It's such a historical place.
Historic city.
Lots of
Yep.
yeah, lots of old buildings, churches, mosques there, and it's so beautiful.
Sweet. And I'm glad that you eventually picked UC and moved from Iran to Sweden and then to Cincinnati. Glad that you picked UC. Uh, so we've talked about why you picked UC and where you are from. Curious to know a little bit more about your time at UC and how you spent your days. What did you do and stuff like that. But before we get into all that, I'm curious to know where you are right now. I don't know if you're at work. If it's is that your research space? Where are you right now?
Yes, yeah. Right now I'm at work. I live
Sweet.
in California, so here
Mhm.
is like that. The company that I'm working right now, it's Natron Energy, because my field is like mostly on the rechargeable batteries. This
Oh, okay.
company also is like making specific types of batteries for like data centers. So all those
Hmm.
stuffs that you see in my background is like the batteries that we're making for different purposes.
Sweet.
Uh, yeah, that's just a little bit about that, the location that right now I'm here.
Sweet. So this is a day in the life of Muhammad Reswani. Sweet. Now I guess we can jump into your time at UC. Amanda, take it away.
Yeah. So, one, how long did you study at UC?
Uh, I came to UC at September 2009 for the
Hmm.
PhD program, and I graduated 2015 April. So it was like 5 years and several months.
Okay. So, I know that you were focusing on your research and your studies while you were there, but um, were there any student organizations or clubs that you participated in that you're glad that you invested the time?
Oh yeah, actually, that was one of the activities that I really enjoyed. When I was at UC, we had like a small group as like Iranians. We call it as like Persian organizations that I was joined that one. We
Hmm.
did some like traditional to holding some traditional celebrations with other Iranians at UC
Mm.
campus. And I was like actively working on that one. I was like a president of the PSA,
Hmm.
Persian Student Organization. Also,
Okay.
I was like a member of the Amnesty International, another organization that I met different students from different majors, mostly human science, to share the ideas and like historic club as well. Those are was like the other clubs that I did participate. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Thanks for sharing. Now, I know there were a lot of people who were part of your education, professors, staff members, people in the clubs that you were part of. But can you think of one or two people who made a significant difference in your experience while you were at UC?
For sure, actually, my advisor, Professor Jay Lee, he was extremely helpful for me during that all the time that I was studying. So I would like to thank him because of his advice. Uh, that's, I would say, from like if I wanted to select one person.
Okay. So you already mentioned where you work. I'm curious, can you tell us a little about what your role is there and how you got there?
Sure. Actually, since that I started at the University of Cincinnati, in the lab, it was like a mechanical, it was parts of the mechanical engineering department,
Hmm.
but it was like in prognostics and diagnostics. So we were working on like different types of prognostics algorithms to identify that there remain useful life for like expensive components or systems in industry. So it was like very close relation with industries. My focus was on lithium ion batteries or any other rechargeable batteries. So since I graduated, I worked in different battery-related companies, such as like EV companies or battery companies. So currently, I'm working for Natron Energy, which is a sodium-ion battery company in Santa Clara, California. So my main work is like designing the battery modules and battery packs
Hmm.
for the energy storage systems. Depends on some specific requirements that the customers wants on that one.
Okay. Well, I support our graduate students in their career development, and so I'm always wanting to collect tips and advice for our current students. So, and it sounds like you've effectively navigated the application interview and onboarding process. So I'm curious, thinking back through your journey, do you have any tips, tricks, or nuggets of wisdom that you would want to share with our current students?
Sure. Actually, the first thing is like that the area that you wanted to continue the job, it's should be some things that you really like it. So that the first thing is like enthusiasms for that one, and to increase your knowledge about that specific field. So that means that you might be passing some courses in like the undergraduate degree, but you need to review them to be sure that you completely understand that one. So that's one of the tips that I can say, because anything related to that job, it will help you during that the work that you wanted to do. So that's my main tip that I wanted to say.
Okay. Um, I want to go back to the role that you're in right now, and I'm curious to hear about what, more specifically, what do you enjoy about that work? And it can be a mundane answer if you feel like it is, or it can be something like super interesting. But what do you enjoy about this work?
So my main enjoyment is like the designing. I really like the design works using like the CAD softwares, doing some different types of design. And then as you know that the design is like just not one step. We have like several steps for that one, reviews and then modifications. And those small modifications that we do on that one that can save a lot, can be save the time, the cost, the material. That's one of the things that I really like after like that the main concept design.
Okay. Okay, so now you work in California. Have you worked in California in your other roles before you got to your current job, or were you working in any other states?
Yes, yeah. When I graduated, I used to work in Cincinnati, Ohio for like
Hmm.
4 or 5 years, and then I moved to California. This is the third company in California that I'm working for.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. All right. Well, I think Sid has some more questions for you about student life. Thanks so much, Mohammed.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yes, I do. So whatever you shared right now was you in your life on the other side of the table. But as Amanda mentioned, I kind of want to reel you back into your student life. Want to have you put your student hat on. And you've shared some things that helped you or may help the current and potential students in their job search and whatnot. I'm curious to know, as an international student, what would you have done differently, or if you had some sort of an advice to give for the current international students or prospective international students, what would that be?
So for international students, I would say that before coming to United States, they need to understand that what is the position that they are coming for that one.
Mm-hmm.
Is it something just to they really like that one? What type of skills that one needs? The skills I mean like any software skills, any like hardware stuffs that they need to know. If they can learn that one before coming to United States, that can help them more uh, before starting the like graduate study in the United States.
Sweet, sweet. Um, did doing a master's before your PhD help in getting that understanding in your context for you?
Yeah, for sure. Actually, because also I was like the foreign student during my master as well.
Right.
So that
True.
helped me to understand that how's that the process in some other universities out of my country.
Mm-hmm.
Something else that I would like to say for mostly like PhD students is like that when you come for PhD, it's lots of things are based on your own. So in
Mm-hmm.
PhD, you need to define the problem statement. So nobody gives you the problem statement. You need to find the problem statement in that area that you work, and then find the solutions for that one. And just the PhD research or PhD thesis does not like 100% solve that issue. It just brings that like different ways that how to approach that issue and how to deal with that one, and maybe like showing that what are the advantage and disadvantage of each way. but it might be none of those ways. It might be is like the 100%
Something
solutions
totally
for
different.
that
Yep.
one.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Sweet. And I know that we have a lot of students at UC and pick CAS to get a PhD, but there are a lot of students that actually do their masters here. Maybe they start off as a master's student and then eventually get a PhD at UC or maybe someplace else, or they might just get a master's, do their research, or maybe not. But let's say that folks start off at UC for their masters who've not had that privilege to kind of explore things, explore what they want to do in the research realm in academia before they start their PhD. Would you say that talking to people helps? Would you say talking to other PhD students would help? Talking to the advisor would help, or obviously a mix of both? Any thoughts on that from your Sweden Times perspective?
Yeah, for sure. Any students who wants to apply for any university or like the PhD program, if they can talk with the former students or if they can talk with the advisor, that's pretty helpful. They can understand, okay, what's the program, what's it needs, what is the criteria that they need to have for that one, and it gives some informations before they starting the whole journey for the PhD.
Right. So have that communication line open, talk to as many people as possible, ideally students from that same lab, and hopefully with the professor as well, so that you can get an idea of what you're getting into before you get into it. Okay,
Yeah.
great. And I want you to keep your student hat on for the next set of questions also. And these are more like fun questions, more to kind of explore the fun times that you had as a PhD student. If you had the privilege to have fun as a PhD student, if you had that time, because I know it can get intense. Um, but I'm curious to know about these things. I call them rapid fire. They don't have to be, but you can either give us a thoughtful answer or you could pick the first thing that comes to your mind. As a student at UC, what was,
Uh,
sorry, go on.
yeah, yeah. Go on. I was thinking. I was waiting for your question.
Okay. So as a student at UC, what was the most favorite place that you would traveled to in the US?
Ah, uh, so when I was a student, I couldn't go that much far. So
Figured.
yeah, Old Man Cave, I would say in Ohio, that was
Hmm.
one of the good locations, and I really enjoyed. We did camping there. That was a really beautiful place, and I like that one.
Sweet. When were you the happiest as a student on campus?
For sure, when I got my acceptance offer from University of
Oh, okay.
Cincinnati, that was
Sweet.
yeah, that
So
was
that
very
was your
happy
first
time. Yeah.
happy Bearcat moment. Sweet. Love it. Um, you mentioned that you were part of student organizations, especially the PSA, um, and then you had a chance to kind of hold on to some of the traditions and some of the cultural practices that you had gotten used to, that you grew up with a part of. Um, were there any events that you went to, maybe outside of the PSA, or maybe an event that you put together as a part of the PSA? What was your favorite event? And did you wear traditional clothing for this event?
One of the good events that I remember that UC was like holding every year. It was like a World Festival. It
Mm-hmm.
was like April time. That was
Mm-hmm.
actually very good. It was like different booths. Each organization or culture can rent a booth for that one, prepare for some like traditional foods,
Food, yep.
traditional costumes, or something like that. That we did several years when we were at the PSA, showing like Persian dance, we giving Persian food to the other students and showing actually that how's that our culture. That was actually one of the times that I really enjoy and I really like that organization for that.
I would have to agree with you. I think the World Fest was one of the most epic events on campus. The
Mhm.
amount of diversity that we have on campus at UC, I honestly didn't know that we would have that much going on when I started as a student, and I started in what, 2012. And I got here and I'm like, whoa, there is so much happening. There is so much to explore. People from all over the world, all kinds of food to have, all kinds of friends to make, all kinds of stories to listen to. So great pick. World Fest was really good. Shout out to UC International. Um, as a student, what's the one moment that you were the most proud of?
Um, when I was a student there, I started to building a battery testing lab
Oh,
in
sweet.
engineering department, mechanical engineering department that I think still exists. That was one of the things that I did lots of research for that one, and I'm so proud of that one.
That's awesome. So you started something that I'm sure that students after you got to be a part of, got to learn from, got
Yeah.
to grow in. Great. What's your most treasured memory from your time at UC?
One of the really enjoyments and that when I was there, I joined the UC Flight Club. It was
Oh,
like some
sweet.
students that they had like the pilot license, and we traveled. We flew
Flew,
from
yeah.
one of the small airports in like Butler County to Putin Bay. It's
I
a
was gonna
small
ask you
island
that.
in
Yeah.
Lake Erie. Yes, yeah, and it was so good. I really liked that. That's when it's like a very small plane for like just 4 people, and the
Mm-hmm.
pilot was one of the UC
UC
students. So
students, yep.
yeah, that I would say like that the treasured memory it was like
Sweet.
that time.
I love it.
Wow.
I attended, I think, 2 or 3 meetings. We had plans to make the exact same trip that you mentioned. One thing led to another, and the event got called off due to bad weather and stuff like that. And
Mhm.
I was never able to be a part of that club again. I think eventually the students graduated, the folks that had those licenses had graduated, and the club sadly had to shut down. I don't know if it's been revived on campus, but I exactly know what you're talking about. So yeah, I'm glad that you had the chance to experience
Yeah.
flying a plane. I don't know if that's something that you thought you would do when you were starting at UC, but I'm glad that you had that chance to do that.
Yeah, that was like a unique memory. It was like not a usual experience.
I know, right? Hey, only at UC, only
Yeah.
at UC. Great. I guess that's pretty much all the questions I had in terms of your student life on campus. Is there anything else that you're curious to share or that you think would help students on campus right now or prospective students?
I would like to thank you everybody for this interview. Actually, any PhD studying or any master studying can have some like challenges, can have some like happiest moments, and I was so proud that I did in UC, which was like a very beautiful campus, lots of different majors there to studying, and I think it was great time. Yeah.
This has been lovely. Mohammed Rezvani, thank you for sharing. Siddhartham, it's always a pleasure hosting with you. Mohammed, you shared a lot of interesting things with us, like PSA, Amnesty International, the Flight Club. I think there was one other one.
World
And
Fest.
World Fest, yeah.
Mhm.
So we're going to make sure we put links to those resources in the show notes, along with contact information for Mohammed and Sid and myself if you need to contact us for any reason. Any other thoughts, gentlemen?
No, once again, Mohammed, thank you so much for your time. I know you were at work. You could have either been working or you could have headed back home, but you're here talking to us, sharing your thoughts and experiences with students on campus and folks that will be joining UC. So the pleasure was ours to have you on the chat. Thank you so much for your time.
No, thank you. Thank you so much.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye. Take
Bye.
care.